Hey guys, thanks for joining us in Fit Chats, and today I'm here with the lovely Camilla Akerberg. She's a fitness trainer, influencer in the fitness world and creator of the Core 28 program. So pretty cool. And today we're talking about how to get a bikini body. So every girl wants a bikini body. Obviously that's what we want. What do you think are some 3 key things that any girl could do to stay in shape?
So 3 key things to stay in shape and get a bikini body, or get fitter in general. One of them is, of course, just a mental power, because you got to have a strong mindset to be able to set your goals and actually keep doing what you want to do.
Totally.
So working on those, like goal setting, and you can do that, for example, by setting realistic goals and goals that you really want to achieve, or maybe even keeping someone else accountable.
Yeah.
So that's one thing, the
like
mental
a fitness
power.
buddy?
Yeah, like a fitness buddy, yeah. So one of the things, definitely like the mental mindset of things. Second thing, nutrition. So get your nutrition right, eat lots of beautiful vegetables, greens, healthy foods, clean foods, keep it simple, and also eat according to your body and your goal. Mm-hmm. And third is exercise. So get moving, get outside there, do something you love, train with a friend, anything that will just keep you motivated.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. Yeah. So if you get the strong sort of, I'm going to do this, stick to your goals, the diet, exercise, then you should be on the way there.
100%.
Cool.
100%.
So when it comes to the diet, are there any particular diets you think work better for this type of thing if you're trying to slim down, or do you ever cut carbs, or is that kind of not the answer?
Cutting carbs is definitely not the answer. You should never eat no carbs. Your brain's actually fueled by carbohydrates mainly,
right.
so don't ever think you have to not eat carbs at all. However, you can fluctuate a little bit with the macronutrients. So your macronutrients are your carbohydrates, your proteins, and your fats. So eating maybe a little bit less carbs, but still having those carbs, healthy carbs in there. So again, like
what kind of carbs?
Rice, or sweet potato, vegetables, quinoa, maybe stay away from the processed carbohydrates, like your starchy stuff, or like your pizzas and your burgers. So eat less of that. Or you can still have that limitation, but eat less of that and more of just a simple good produce. And that should be what you really need. And I also really believe in alkaline food. So fill your body with a lot of alkaline foods like vegetables and things like that, and then eat less of the acidic foods that can, if you look at it, bacteria survive better in acidic environments. Yeah. So you're more prone to disease and things like that with eating a lot of acidic foods. So just try and eat more of the good and less of the bad.
Cool. So it's more like, instead of going, all right, this is a diet, restrict everything and I can't have that, it's more about putting in all the good.
Exactly. So it's all about eating less of the bad, more of the good, and balance is the key for everything. Yeah. So you need a little bit of everything, and also what I found works quite well is that you eat for 5 days of the week, you eat really healthy, and you really kind of control yourself, and then you have 2 days when you can kind of treat yourself. Have a little cheat meal, what I call it. So if you're really craving a burger, you can go and have a burger, or French fries, or whatever you really feel like. So that will kind of also keep your body guessing what's happening. So you're limiting yourself a little bit, and while you're decreasing your calories, and that your body will then adapt to that. Yeah. But also your fat burning hormones will also start slowing down when you're eating less. And then when you all of a sudden have a big meal and a lot of carbohydrates, your fat burning hormones will boost up again.
Oh, okay.
So you kind of keep on your body guessing like that. So, but that's the key with cheat meals is also not to have them every day. So once or twice a week or so, just depending on your body type as well and what your goal is.
Cool. So that's actually good to know, because I think as well, if you focus so much on what you can't do and restrict yourself so much, are you really going to stick to it? So that comes back to what you said about the goals as well. So ties in.
Yeah, exactly. It's easier to set a goal. Let's say I'm not gonna eat anything bad for the next 6 months. Like if you do that, it's you go for like 2 weeks and then you really feel like a burger, and then you go and have a burger, and then you know, go and have burgers every day after that. You kind of so it's just like being smart with yourself. So set goals that you can achieve, but also like you don't have to cut out everything bad.
Yeah. With this whole thing, that getting in bikini body shape, what do you think are some really common misconceptions or mistakes people make about it?
I think it's definitely people go too harsh on themselves. So they say, I can't eat this for this long, or you know, I'm going to cut out all carbs, and then they jump, you know, head first in, and they realize that they can't maintain the road to their goal, and then they give up.
Okay, so it's about sort of being realistic,
but it's more about changing your lifestyle as well.
As a whole, instead of a quick fix.
Because I mean, you can do a quick fix if you want to achieve a certain goal by a certain time for a certain reason. A quick fix might be a good idea, but that's not what the sort of everyday person wants. You want to have a sustainable lifestyle, a sustainable, healthy lifestyle, and feel good about yourself inside out, and feel fit, look fit, and that all comes with it.
And about you, so you obviously, you know, super fit, great bikini body, can't think of anything better to asking this. What does your personal fitness routine look like?
My personal fitness routine consists a lot of weight training. So when people look at me, they think I do a lot of cardio, but
that might surprise some people.
Yeah, a lot of time they're like, "Oh, you're a runner, like you do yoga all day." But my type of training is more actually weight training.
Okay, cool.
So I've got a very my body type is very ectomorph, so I don't hold a lot of fat easily also. So you got to be, you know, very of what kind of body you're working with, or how your body responds to foods and exercise. Yeah. And for me to sort of, I'm also slim already, so for me it's now maintaining. Yeah. So for me it's more about keeping my body toned and fit and strong. Oh,
okay. But someone else who maybe to get the bikini body,
trying to lose
weight, would it be a different exercise?
100%, yeah. So if someone's trying to lose weight, you might want to add in some more cardio, high intensity interval training. It's really good for that as well. So just about understanding your body type and the goal you're trying to achieve. So I train in the gym. I try and have a rest day every week, but I train about 6 times a week with weights.
Wow, yeah.
But
so all resistance, you don't do cardio as well?
I don't ever go and stand on a treadmill and run, but I do live a very active lifestyle. Yeah. So if someone goes like, let's go for a walk, you know, I'm there in a heartbeat. I love hiking and outdoor activities.
Yeah, cool.
So I stay very active, but it's not, I don't look at it as I'm going to have to go and train cardio today.
Okay, but then someone else, what might work for them is if they're like, okay, in order to get, say, a 6-pack, what I'm going to have to do is do a lot more high intensity cardio, and then how many times a week would you?
Depends as well. Like there's some people that I always say, like the ectomorph people that hold fat the most, like do at least like 3-4 times a week, more like cardio, if that's depending on your age, and that high intensity interval training might be good for you. What happens when you lose fat and you've got more muscle mass in accordance to fat on your body? You're actually losing more, or you're burning more calories even at rest. If you have a higher muscle mass than your fat. So your ratio between fat and muscle, so that kind of increases your metabolism. So that's also like when you're leaner, it's actually easier to maintain and stay leaner, because your body is actually working harder and you've got a quicker metabolism because your muscle needs more energy than the fat needed.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay, so it's sort of like accelerates the process. The more you keep going, and if you stick to it, then it gets easier. Yeah. That's good to know. And that's encouraging if you're kind of like, okay, I'm going to start doing this. So,
yeah. But then again, you also find that a lot of the time people will start losing weight and then they plateau, because your body then adapts to what you're doing. So it can take quite a lot of work to actually get where you want to be. But maintaining is a whole lot easier than trying to lose weight.
Yeah. Okay. So put in the hard yards.
Yes.
And in terms of, so the exercise you described was sort of resistance and cardio, and which of those is essentially better for the fat burning versus toning up?
For fat loss, that like cardio is great.
Yeah.
High intensity interval training is amazing because it actually builds lean muscle mass, and also it's very good for fat loss. So
it
that's
does both.
It does both, exactly.
Okay.
So that's a very good method to get amongst if you want to lose weight. And but yeah, resistance is amazing for toning it, and for girls, don't be scared to go in gym and lift up some dumbbells. You're not going to look like a man.
Because that's
definitely do not look like a man.
Yeah, everyone's scared of that.
Yeah,
I think, but that could be a common myth about this. So you're like, no, saying if you do the weights and resistance, that helps you.
Yeah,
because we're not capable of building muscle in the same way that men are.
Exactly, we don't have the hormones that men do, so we won't go bulky and look like a competitive fitness model straight away. Like those people that do look like that, they eat like that, they train. It's a lot of work. Yeah. So, but what will happen when you do go into the gym and you pick up some weight is that you'll get that nice toning. So you'll get a bit of, muscle will just a little bit show, but it's not a bulky look. It's just like a nice fit look rather than anything else. So
cool. It's
good
to know. And in terms of, because you are the ab queen, so
yes.
what do you think are the most effective ab exercises?
The most effective ab exercises would definitely be if you want to show your abs, then fat loss comes into play.
Okay, so is that
because we all have a six-pack, so it depends on what you want to do. So to show off your abs, most people, we all have abs, but most people have a layer of fat on their abs, so they don't show off as much. So fat loss is definitely one thing, but also doing a lot of like compound exercises in the gym that where you need to engage your core, yet still a good fat loss. So like big exercises like squats and that they're quite good for your core, because you have to keep engaged and tight when you're moving. So you're engaging your core, but the exercise is big and it's actually good for fat loss as well. So compound exercises again are good, and as we were talking about before, high intensity interval training, that kind of like cardio is good as well for fat loss. But also keeping your core strong is very important for more reason than just to show off your abs. So I personally have a lower back problem, and when it happened, like my abs showed, so I didn't really train them that hard. And since then I've actually been very good with just keeping my abs super strong, because that's your center of your body's power. So everything you're doing, like flexing this way, flexing that way, reaching out for a pen, going jogging with your friends or for a walk with your friends, it all comes back to the engagement of your core. Using that all the time. So now my whole back's kind of relies on the strength of my core. So
it's taking the pressure off.
It's taking a lot of pressure off of my back. So doing ab exercises are great as well, just to get that core strength. And so I try and do that every week.
Just like once a week?
No, I usually a couple of times at least a week. I solely focus on my
abs.
goals, on my abs. So I might superset them with another exercise. So I might do shoulders and abs one day. So I'll do one shoulder exercise and then I'll superset it with an ab exercise.
Okay. And then like if you're doing an ab exercise, what are your favourites? Like what do you...
I love planking.
Good old plank.
Good old plank. Yeah, no, that's a good one. And but what's really good as well is hanging exercises. So getting
pull-ups?
hanging, not pull-ups, but just hanging like leg lifts and things like that.
Oh, okay. So
fantastic for your lower abs especially. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's sort of lower, upper, and then core as a whole. But the plank.
So
does
your core
all
is
three.
actually more than just your ab muscle. Your core is also So even like your back muscles and the whole inside of your body. So it's a lot more than just the wall.
Okay. So it's sort of, that's a separate thing. So you need to focus on core, upper and lower. abs as well?
Yeah, so all those compound workouts will engage most of your core, so that's amazing. But then you can also work more on different types of the muscles in your abs or more your obliques or so you can kind of then target them.
And does that sort of further intensify how much they show up, or is it mainly?
That doesn't. I mean, that kind of shapes them.
Yeah.
But you still need that fat loss to
start with.
Show them.
So that's sort of the extra 10% refining.
Yeah.
The ab look. Yeah. So that's interesting. So it's actually like, so if someone goes to the gym and they go, oh, I'm going to spend an hour on my abs, that's not going to help unless they also have the fat loss to get rid of the body, minimize the body fat percentage to actually show them up.
Yeah. Well, if they're training their abs for an hour, they're also going to be losing calories while they're doing that. So it works hand in hand in that way. But
if you do your overall training and your overall fitness, that's what does the abs.
Yeah.
Do you take supplements? And
yes.
If you do, what ones do you take and why do you take them?
So supplements, I go on and off them. So I'll have periods when I'll take them for like, let's say 6 months, and then I might go like on a longer holiday and have a bit of break from them. So with your supplements, it's always important to understand that you need a healthy diet. Mm-hmm. Then supplements are not going to fix anything. They're just like helping you out to quicker reach that goal, but you also got to put in the hard work.
Yeah.
The supplements I like to use is protein powder.
And do you prefer a whey or a natural?
I actually really love hydrolyzed
whey?
Hydraulic, yeah.
Oh yeah,
whey
cool.
protein. So
and why is that your favorite?
It tastes amazing. All of them actually don't taste amazing, but I've been using one that tastes really amazing, and they're quite fast absorbed as well.
Yeah. So
I find my body just feels good after I have one of those shakes. Okay. So whey protein as well it's an amazing alternative, and so you just got to kind of try different ones to kind of find what works for you best and really listen to your body.
Yeah.
And so I like to take that either in the morning. If I'm doing like a morning smoothie, I might put some protein in it, or then after my workout if I don't have a meal straight away.
Yeah, like post-workout, that's so important, right, to give your muscles the protein. Yeah.
Exactly. And also BCAAs, branched chain amino acids. Mm-hmm. So you've got 3 amino acids that are essential for your body and are absorbed directly by the muscles. So BCAAs are amazing post-workout, or even during your workout. Sometimes good to actually start sipping on it. Yeah. That sometimes I use pre-workout just to get a bit of energy, especially if I'm feeling a little bit flat one morning. Might have a bit of pre-workout, and so that helps you get into the mood sometimes.
It does. Yeah.
And apart from that, fish oils, multivitamins.
And why are those important, those things?
Well, multivitamins is a great add to any healthy diet, really. Mm-hmm. A lot of nutrients that we're supposed to find in our vegetables and foods today, they're not there anymore because the soil is not as rich in nutrients anymore. So it's very depleted. So it's always good to healthy diet to add that in as well. And fish oils, well, for any healthy body to function properly, for you to build muscle, you need to have a healthy body, and that's just really good for you as well. And it's also good for your limbs and everything. So, and helps also with the blood circulation, and fish oils can also actually help you lose fat because
wow, really?
Yeah,
because it's a healthy fat.
It is a healthy fat, yeah. So it's an omega-3 healthy fat.
So say you're like, I have a goal and I'm doing this, and my diet's great, it's very clean, I'm exercising, and I'm taking supplements that have been recommended to me. How long does it usually take to see results, for that average person?
So if you're all of a sudden changing your diet and changing your lifestyle for something healthier to reach a goal, if you do it right, if you're determined about it, well, healthy fat loss is, you can lose to about 1 kilo a week, and that's still considered healthy.
Yeah.
But quite normally, like half a kilo a week or so it's quite normal.
So
to
people
start
shouldn't
off with.
expect to like lose 10 kilos in 1 week. That's
Oh gosh,
crazy.
no. Yeah, that's definitely not crazy. Like that's so crazy. So just like 1 kilo is like really the max you want to lose in 1 week.
Yeah, without stressing the body.
Exactly. So you got to be realistic with yourself and just allow that time for weight loss as well. And you'll find maybe in the first 4 weeks you'll lose weight quite easily, and then you might plateau a little bit because your body has adapted to what you're doing. So then you might have to work a little bit harder because
it's a learning process at first.
Yeah. So your body adapts so easily to whatever we do.
Yeah.
It's a funny thing like that. So if you go and if you ate hardly any calories at all, your body would adapt to that and not let you lose weight anymore.
Okay, yeah.
To a degree, of course. You just
and that's why you can't
so you don't you should never ever starve yourself. But then again, we can also eat a lot of food, and your body can adjust to that and still be able to maintain. So you can, so just like, you just got to find that kind of happy medium for what works for you, but definitely never ever starve yourself. Don't cut carbs. Lower your calories a little bit, but don't even think about the calories so much. Just more think about having more of the good.
Yeah, like, is this going to do something for me?
Yeah.
Or is it not?
Yeah, so if you fill your plate with all the good food first, you're going to be less hungry to then eat the bad foods.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just like okay, cool. So it's coming back to the psychological thing and sort of if someone's doing this sort of not expecting, say, overnight results, but if they have that healthy diet with the supplements to help them get there faster, then maybe, a kilo a week is a good goal. So maybe if they're like, okay, I just want to get a little bit toned for summer, bikini body, whatever it is, maybe, okay, I want to lose 5 kilos, then they can potentially do that in 5-6 weeks if they really, really work hard and they,
definitely
and stuff.
Definitely.
So that's, and that because muscle weighs a bit more than actual fat, right? So maybe that's not even the way you'd measure it. Maybe you'd measure it by
measuring tape.
Sight,
Exactly.
Measurements, and that's a whole nother.
Yeah, and it's also like before and after photos are amazing in that way because you might just have lost 2 kilos, but you're actually looking so much better.
Yeah, because you see yourself every day, it's hard to notice. People might notice before. So you might actually have lost 4 kilos of fat, but put on, another kilo of muscle. And then you're like, hey, why is it not working? But then if you look... Yeah, but you actually look a whole lot different, so... Oh, so that's another thing if you're doing, say, a 6-week challenge, bikini body challenge.
Always take measurements and photos as well.
Yeah, because that's... for a lot of people, especially if their main goal is toning up, maybe that's a more efficient way of measuring. Yeah, so that could be another thing to sort of keep you on track with your goals. Yeah, exactly. But I think what people find hard, it's like they don't really know how to change things or like what exactly to do, or they think they do the right thing. So getting help is they were like really good. That just getting your portion sizes right, like have someone write a meal plan for you, or following a program that also helps motivate you and just gives you a little bit guide to what you could be doing or should be doing. Yeah. And then when the challenge is over, you don't have to stop it. Yeah. You can just continue using those, like maybe change a few things up or more to adjust it to yourself in one way or another, or if you've got a new goal, maybe change it accordingly. Do you have any final tips for someone looking to start out on their bikini body? Start today. Just a lot of people set sort of goals way ahead of time, so they go like in 6 months time I'm going to do this, or in 3 months I'm going to start doing this, but just start today, start changing your lifestyle today. And even if you've got a birthday next week or something, that don't have to stop you. Yeah. That's going to happen throughout your life anyway. So just get going, get into it, get a meal plan, get some advice, get into the gym, get a fitness buddy, and just start. Make it start. All right, awesome. Well, thanks so much for coming in. It's great to have you. Thanks for having me. Yeah, cool. It's been a pleasure.